Scott Adams, the creator of the Dilbert comic strip, is under fire for a monologue he gave reacting to a poll that showed that nearly 47% of blacks in America think it's not okay to be white, or a portion of the respondents said they're not sure. He said then that this means black people are a hate group in America and white people should avoid them at all costs. Bit of a drastic reaction there, but there may be more to this story that maybe we're not picking up on. To give us a fresh perspective on it is Jeff Charles. He's the host of, oh, look at that, A Fresh Perspective. That's his podcast, and he's a contributor at the Salem website, RedState.com. Hey, Jeff, thanks for joining us.
I'm grateful to be here, and I'm grateful that you're not taking Scott Adams' advice. You're not staying away from me.
Well, I mean, you're not here in studio, so.
True.
I kid. Listen, I want to get to what he said in a minute. Frankly, I still have a problem with this poll question. Would any other ethnic group or racial group or any other identity group in America be asked such an offensive question in the first place?
No, probably not. And a lot of people are taking issue with this poll, people like myself, because when I first saw that result, I was like, that ain't true. There's something wrong there. And I dug into the numbers, and sure enough, there were. First off, the question itself is odd, because that phrase, it's okay to be white, originated with white supremacists. Now, I'm not saying that everybody who said it afterward was a white supremacist. I'm just telling you how it started. But when other people are saying it, I don't think that they mean the same thing.
I see.
However, a lot of black people know where that phrase originated, which could have skewed those results, which probably did. But even beyond that, they analyzed 1,000 respondents, 13% of whom were black. That means that they asked this question to 130 black people. 47% means that 61 black people answered either they weren't sure if it's okay to be white, or they disagreed with the statement that it's not okay to be white. 61% of black people does not represent all or even most of the over 40 million black people who live in these here United States of America. So the poll from the get-go shouldn't have been blindly believed.
Yeah. Do you think, I mean, we don't know for sure, but that phrase, I didn't know about the origins, by the way, in white supremacy, because I try to keep away from white supremacy as much as possible and not focus on it. If that's what the origin of that statement is, and it sounds like the polling company was trying to stir things up, trying to do something that would just make people angrier at each other.
Yeah, and they could have been. And, and if I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt, I don't think everybody knows how that phrase originated. Like I said, most of the people who actually say that term, whether people agree with it or not, they don't mean it in that white supremacist way.
Yeah.
But again, even the way that question was worded, I mean, it kind of makes you wonder if that was designed to get a certain result. Because even if it said that 20% said that that it isn't okay to be white, that can still be used in a way that's incendiary, and we're already at each other's throats enough.
Well, and here's the problem, Jeff. Whether it's okay to be white or okay to be black or okay to be Asian or okay to be a guy or okay to be a girl or whatever, these are immutable characteristics. I mean, if it's not okay to be white, there's not a whole lot I can do about that anyway, right? I mean, why do we even entertain the idea? Is it okay to be this or it's okay to be that, when we human beings have no control over such things?
The whole thing is silly. But guess what? I mean, this is the time that we live in right now. I mean, I posted a tweet yesterday, and I've even said it in articles. There are people in this country, in this world, who are deeply invested in keeping us divided, keeping us at each other's throats. Yeah. And all that stuff is designed to keep some very unsavory people in the positions that they're in.
Let me give you another example of that, a real quick one. We're not going to be able to show the whole video, but watch this. This made the rounds on social media this weekend.
What are white people superior at?
What exactly are white people superior at?
They're real good at violence.
Violence. Genocide. It's like stealing people's lives just because they feel like it.
If you are white and you know this is happening and you say nothing, then you're a killer too.
What exactly are white people superior at?
Insecurity, pretending, fear.
All right, you get the impression. Now, again, listen, I'm sure there are people who are going to click on this and share this and like this, but again, I see the whole premise as being something that's more divisive than necessary.
Yeah, and the thing is, they gives the impression that those black people in that video represent most black people. I've got a secret to tell your audience. You heard it here. Most black people aren't thinking about white people like that, regardless of who they vote for. And to me, that when they put these black faces on the screen, they make it appear if that's a common sentiment among black people. I guarantee you, when black people, when we're talking to each other, we're not really talking about white people like that. I'm just saying.
Well, maybe in another interview we'll figure out what exactly you are saying about us behind our back, but we gotta leave it there. Maybe if you watch A Fresh Perspective, you could learn that, or listen to A Fresh Perspective. Jeff Charles, host of that and a contributor at RedState. It's always a fun conversation, but we're out of time. Thanks for joining us.